And once again, podcasting recording has commenced. We are now ready to go, and craziness shall ensue in the near future. And how are things going, my friend?
Hello!
Hello!
I am Dark Fox, Lance Farsight, the man on the moon, the man with the iron penis, the legend, the fornicator of France, the piston maker of Pantaluma. Me.
I'm drinking, dude. I don't give a shit. You can keep going as much as you want. I'm enjoying myself over here listening to you do all the work coming up with this huge, giant, I want to say, marathon of craziness, of just absolute crazy titles. Did you come up with this all on your own? Was that on the spot, or did you actually have that recorded and written
That's
down
on the
somewhere?
spot. That's
It's
right
on the
off the
spot.
top of my hair maker.
I've seen your hair. There's there's a lot of craziness going on up there. I think your brain must be too warm from all that hair up on that shaggy head of yours.
Yeah, it overheated, so I had to release all that
All the
in the form
ridiculousness and the
in the
craziness.
form of nonsense. Yeah.
Oh well. Do you have your phone with you?
Sure.
Okay, because I made a rookie dumb mistake of leaving my phone in my car, and I need to know when it's like 10. What time is it right now?
Rookie 852.
Okay, so can you set an alarm or something for 10 so I know when the hell we can stop this shit so I can go and do nice friend duties of going and picking people up at the airport? While
Absolutely. You have to leave at 10?
I have to leave. Well, probably I want to do that, and then I want to eat something because
Oh,
we bought food before I came over here, and my food's just kind of sitting there and going, why aren't you eating me? Why are you letting me get all cold? So,
gotcha. I don't want to upset your food anymore. That's
well,
fine.
it's not you. I'm just saying in general, the food is there, it's waiting, and probably drinking a huge giant beer and then going and driving for a bit is probably not the best idea. If I drink it all and then sit around and eat a little bit of food and then head on over to the airport and pick people on up, I think that should work out rather nicely.
Gotcha. What airport are you going to?
I got to go to John Wayne.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It'll be about 15 minutes or so, give or
And
take. Them actually like arriving on time, so it might land
yeah.
at 10:30, and they might not actually get over to the car until like 10:45 or some shit like that. I don't know. They're Japanese. They take forever.
Gotcha. It's all speculation.
Yeah.
They either take forever or they're like highly efficient.
Well, they did take a lot of luggage because they were there for a week. So I'm probably guessing that no matter what, they still have to go and claim and pick up some baggage. So yeah,
A week? Nobody has to go anywhere for a week.
they went to Cancun for a week. They're about to head on back over to Japan for moving forever. So I guess
Like
they
I said.
wanted to experience the ability of going to Cancun when it's much easier to get to rather than waiting until they're back in Japan and it's like a 20-hour flight.
When are they going back to Japan?
Like 3 weeks,
Wow.
2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, enjoy it, I say.
December 18th.
Good for them.
Yeah, they've been doing like trips like crazy. If I was them, I'd be like, I have no idea. Mike and I have both speculated on how the hell they're actually paying for all this, as well as how much free time that they have, because they take like a super long ass trip like every 2 weeks or so. It's insane.
That's cool. Must be
Yeah,
nice.
it must be nice to be able to go and do that type of shit all the time. So they're always doing some wonky craziness like that.
So it's cool for them. I mean, I live around here, so I'll have access to these kinds of things for a long time.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. People go on vacations and they end up doing more than the people that actually live there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we did this, we saw this. Have you ever seen that before? No. Why? Because we can go whenever we want. Yeah, well, you don't ever actually go, so
Yeah. Yeah, they're never gonna. Well, I would imagine. I mean, it is easier for them to get there from here than from where they go, Japan or
yeah,
something.
they're moving back to Japan. The
Good for them.
Japanese roommates are finally moving back to Japan.
Good for them. They had a nice little. They're like. They're like. What's that called? Students when you.
Exchange students?
Yeah, they're like your little exchange students, or maybe Mikey's little exchange students.
Yeah, not my exchange students. They've been Mikey's exchange students for a while now. Take your goddamn signs.
I'll take them. Oh,
What
sorry.
what the hell are you doing?
Being a naughty.
I could tell. You're doing a wonderful job of not being nice to me and smacking me around and hitting me upon the head
Well, I
for
heard you
no
like that
appropriate
sort of thing.
purposes at all.
Oops.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
You're really bad at
So,
this. Are you
how's your
are
day
you
going,
tired? Are
sir?
you drunk?
I'm a little tired. No, 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 leave it.
What do you mean leave it? That doesn't. That's not what you're supposed to be using. That's the wrong type.
But it curves the thing. It curves the thing in the front. See?
Yeah, but why don't you use a different?
It's an
Why don't you
it's
use
an
stone?
accent. It's a nice little accent.
It's an accent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever.
It's an accent like something like that. Except
You
better because I'm
you must be
horrible at
drunk.
that.
You must be drunk.
Yeah.
You must be disturbingly drunk at all times for that type of craziness to be going on.
I'm still a little sick, so
You're a little
pardon that.
thick. How thick are you?
Sick. So pardon that instance there that happens in my face.
Are you as sick as you were on Tuesday? Because you're pretty messed up and not on top of things.
Yeah, for those who enjoyed that, it was you might get a little bit of it this time, but I'm definitely feeling a lot better. I still have a little bit of a cough and um yeah, nonsense, but it'll be okay. Everyone's good. Everyone's here. I'm excited. They're excited.
And what are you drinking?
Right now, I'm drinking nothing. I was gonna drink some coffee, but then I drank it. Like
You were
how
going to
would you?
drink some coffee, and then you drank some coffee because I'm guessing you were sitting around and waiting for me, and so coffee got drunken, and now you are chock full of coffee and caffeine, trying to be a little bit more on top of things, a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, it done been drunked.
It done been drunked, and so now you
Yeah,
are drunktified. You're drunked out.
that's the way it went.
Look, this side you didn't do the accent on this side.
I did.
No, you didn't. So
I
what?
didn't do the I didn't do the wood accent.
Oh, now you want to replace the wood
I've
accent.
decided to
What?
coalesce. Well, I've decided to make peace with the way that you want things, and the way that I want things.
I was
And there
fine
we
with that.
go.
I just didn't know what you were going for. I thought you just went to put it down incorrectly. I didn't know
That
that
looks
that
a
was an
lot better.
intended purpose.
That looks better than the wood, I think.
I'm so glad that you found some seriously awesome looking wood.
Pardon me.
Stop
That
dying!
might
God damn
happen.
it!
They might happen a few times during this. Who knows? So, anyways, how was your day, sir?
I guess it was all right. I think I told you earlier, but I'll recap for those of you that don't actually talk to me online all day long while they're at work and doing various things. Ended up going and getting a little bit of crap from someone on YouTube because they didn't like our original our Tuesday recordings.
That was
They
me being shocked.
Oh, that's you being absolutely shocked. Like you
Yeah.
hadn't heard about it. You had no idea what I was going to be bringing on up.
Wait, give me one more chance. Give me one more chance. Okay, go.
Okay, so today I go and I get some comments on YouTube from someone who doesn't like our Tuesday videos. You see, you're so upset, you're actually killing yourself.
I got myself on that one.
You got yourself pretty good.
All
You,
right,
you,
go ahead.
you seem like you might be be a little bit deaf.
Oh wow, that one hit deep.
Wow, that killed you something good.
All right, let's do it.
I didn't know that
Okay,
your
so
lungs are your lungs that fucked up or what?
yeah, it's not once I get going, it starts to be a problem. But if I don't cough for a little bit, then
It sort of
it
goes
kind of
away.
subsides. Yeah. So what did this asshole who doesn't know what he's talking about say?
Look, he's not. It's not that he's an asshole. He just didn't like the way that we do our commentary. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with him having a different opinion or feeling that we should do things in a different way. It was more along the lines that he felt that we could get more viewers if we did things like found strange mods that are done for like Minecraft, and then we went and we did them, and we didn't record when we're cruising through the wild and like on our way to destination. You know how we went to fight the Wither on Tuesday. We
Right.
went to go and we wanted to get as far away from the castle as possible so we didn't actually destroy anything and destroy the hours upon however fucking long it took for him to do all that bull crap. Um, and so we decided that we'd be responsible and not do it like right next to our goddamn castle. So
Right.
we like walked for a bit, and usually it's just kind of like us walking around, talking, shooting the shit, and talking about weird wonky bull crap. And he didn't appreciate that. He didn't like that.
That is strange to me. And for those non-nerds listening, which I don't know if there's any out there, Minecraft is the game that you can currently check this out on somethingradio.net or somethingradio.net on Facebook as well, and you can check out the videos and you can watch us be weird.
via
The
YouTube and all the crazy bullshit like that.
the video takes place for us in Minecraft, which is an online video game, and the Wither
Is
is a boss in that game that deletes blocks in the game. So if we built anything in the game, it'll get rid of it quickly, and that fucking sucks.
blow the shit up
And
out of it. I mean, I
yeah.
wouldn't really care, but I think that other people might be a little bit upset by their hours upon hours upon hours of work, as well as sometimes it takes a bit of time to gather all those resources and shit. So for those of the people that are on the server who actually play a ridiculous amount, where I usually play about 3 hours a week just for recording purposes, they
Yep.
might not appreciate it. So we, with us going and walking away and kind of spending 15 minutes walking in a direction so that we don't blow anything up or screw anything up, and us kind of just talking. I mean, as far as I know, people that listen to us and watch us, they kind of understand that, and I think that they like our commentary. That's what sort of makes us unique compared to all the other people out there, is that our commentary is actually done by just a couple of guys hanging on out rather than hardcore nerdy dudes, which I'm completely fine with people being hardcore nerdy dudes. It's just I don't like to sit around and have them. I don't want to listen to hardcore nerdy dudes talking about like Minecraft all the time. If we're playing Minecraft, that's one thing. We can kind of talk about it a little bit, but it's not what drives me through all my decisions, my entire day, and pretty much if I don't play Minecraft for a day or a week or a month, I don't really care. Whereas,
How dare you, sir?
hey, look, you know what? It's a means to an end. I enjoy it by when I'm playing with you, but playing them up by myself, nah, not so much.
I get what you're saying, and I get what he's saying, but I mean, there are plenty of people that already have this market of being the first to like review things or being the first to fight a boss or those mods. A mod is like a modification. It's basically a graphic modification most of the time. So when the game is normally set up, you'll see a dirt block like dirt. It's just brown. And there's other modifications that'll show it at like give it a different texture or give it a slightly different color. And it's really just to make it more aesthetically pleasing to yourself, almost like a desktop, which does the same thing. It just looks different. Um, but I can see what he's saying about that, but we are not
That's not what we do. That's not who we
right. The
are.
thing
That's
that
not how we work.
I think that anybody that listens to this can figure out pretty quickly that we're not just going to sit around and play something and be like, this is how you build a this. This is how you make a this. We're gonna be like, so it turns out that there's a 7-year-old mother in Kansas, and just whatever. She sounds like a whore. She's
If
a little too young to be a whore. You're never too young to be a whore. See, I mean, things just go.
they just sort of go and flow on that. I mean, hold on. What are you talking about? How young is she? 7?
It was just that's not a news story. I was just
Oh, it
making
should be a
something
news
up.
story. I want to hear about that. I want to talk more about that. I kind of feel like this discussion that we're having already is a little bit stale and old, and I think that for most people, their eyes are kind of glazing on over. So I was thinking more along the lines of if that actually was a news story, or maybe we need to go off on that topic of exactly what age do you have to be to go from I don't know, being abused to being a whore.
Okay, being abused, being like a mom or what?
No, no,
Oh,
no. I'm
oh,
saying more along the
so
lines
you're
of
having sex for money, and once you reach a certain age, you're a whore. But
right. But
being
before
sexually
that, you're
abused,
just being taken advantage of.
there might be stipulations as far as like strength or height or gender.
We're saying girls, guys. I don't know. You mean like little boys going and being raped by priests and stuff like that, or what?
But if you're a 5 foot 14-year-old, I mean, you know that you might be getting raped or you might be a whore. But if you're a 16-year-old 5'10", it's likely that you're a whore regardless of your age.
You think a 5'10" girl is who gets has sex is most likely a whore?
I think anyone over 5'5" that is having sex for money is a whore. Doesn't matter if someone needs to talk them into it.
So, are you trying to say that midgets throughout their entire lives are never capable of being whores?
That's an interesting point. You know, that's the bogey in everything. Like, whenever I bring something up, I was talking about driving the other day, and I was talking about the height of drivers and the way that if you can't reach the pedals, then you shouldn't be driving. But
right?
the midgets, they're always the anomaly in my formulas.
Well, can't
I
they
just
have
get,
like stilts on their shoes and shit like that? You can actually also drive a car using your hands. You can go and get controls where you don't actually use your feet. You can, use your
yeah,
hands in order to go and use the gas pedal as well as the brake and things like that.
that's true. It's just, I mean, midgets are like my ears. I mean, they're there, but I don't really ever see them.
And when you do, you're kind of astounded, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
It's
those are
like
cool.
Holiday.
Yeah, I know that they're there. I just don't have to address them very often.
Oh, they're just so hard to address. There's just not very much of them.
There's,
Okay, so let's get back to the topic on hand. This very, very important topic of. So, are you trying to say that a 10-year-old girl who's 5'10" who gets raped is a whore, but a 5 foot girl who's 10 who has sex is being taken advantage of?
yes.
Exactly like that. That's exactly how that works on
Okay,
her.
but wait, if you're saying that, okay, let's do two things. One,
Okay,
height. If
right.
you're over a certain height as a girl, where's your limit from when she turns from abuse to whore?
I don't think it has
Both are
anything to do with height.
all are having sex for money.
All of them are currently being paid.
Yeah. But okay. So for you it has nothing to do with height. But if she was under 2 feet tall, she'd be being
Then
abused.
that would be sexy.
On
That would be,
Saturday night.
yeah, that would be like every guy's fantasy. I thought, come on now. But
That's what I pay for in Thailand.
that's the reason why you go to Thailand. Where else are you gonna go and get a 2 foot and have it be okay until you actually try to enter the states again?
Right.
I don't know, man. I think it's such a interesting question because if they're all asking for money, if you have a 5-year-old who's asking for money, and like I don't think that at that point, yes, there's rain. Uh, at that point, I don't think that it has anything to do with height. I think it probably have to do with age, just age
Straight up
primarily.
age. Yeah, but if they're under 2 years old, I mean under 2 feet tall,
I think anything under 2 years old is probably being abused.
under 2 or 3 feet tall, you're like, oh, she cries when she's either hungry, she needs to go to the bathroom, or she's horny, or she's thirsty or stuff like that. You know. So it's one of those. Well, I've already fed her, I've already changed her, so sexy time.
What if they don't actually pay them in money, but you pay them in like cookies and milk and stuff?
That's not how most people get paid.
Well, I mean,
I'm getting
people
ripped off.
people under 5'10", who knows what they think? I don't even know a lot of people that are under 5'10", but I'm guessing most of them enjoy actually getting paid with cookies and milk.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was a
At least
standard
Oreo
currency
cookies.
for hookers. I was walking around in Vegas with cookies and milk and trying to get a hooker, and I was wondering why they weren't more
Can you just imagine
interactive
like you
with that.
see you see a girl in the corner and you walk up and you have your cup of milk, you have your Oreo cookies, and you're just like she's leaning against one side of a like a pillar, and then you lean on the other side and you just stare at her and you start dunking your milk. You start dunking your cookie in your milk and you very sensually put it in your mouth and eat it. And then after like 4 of them, she's like, "All right, let's go upstairs.
All right,
I
let's do this.
I can't watch this shit anymore. I want me some cookies right now."
Yeah.
Like,
And you like mime moving it towards her mouth, but you're like across the way from her. Yeah, it'll be good. You
and then
just
when she
like
tries to
point the
reach
cookie at her.
for it with her mouth, and you just quickly snatch it away and put it in yours, and like, oh
Just put it
yeah.
back. Yeah.
She's like, "You're such a tease." I'm like, "Yeah, you know how it is."
You start moaning and you wink at her.
These are such good cookies. You have no idea.
I know how to eat a cookie.
Yeah,
That's the first. And then like 10 years later, they're like, "How'd you guys meet?" And you're like,
I'm big fan of cookies.
"First thing he ever said to me, I know how to eat a cookie."
And she's like, "Oh, so you're talking about her vagina, right?" No, I was actually talking about some Oreo cookies, man. I could fucking eat the
Literally
shit out of those.
cookies and vagina.
Well, actually, I thought they were kind of one and the same. You kind of went and took some Oreo cookies, you smashed them up, and you shoved in her vagina, and then her vagina, yeah, not vagina, but vagina. You shove them in her vagina, and then you kind of munch it on out, right?
Yeah. So if they took the day as a whole, then yes and yes.
Now, for white girls, do you only use the stuffing, and for black girls, do you just use the rest of the cookie, or what?